In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this really easy luggage tag. Hi, I'm Emma from Studio 77. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe and a big thumbs up if you're liking this tutorial at any point in the video. I bring out new tutorials every week with lots of ideas for gifts and lots of homemade decor ideas too. But today I'm going to take you through making this really easy luggage tag. I'm going to show you how to make it step by step, and it's a great beginner project. So let's go. So you're going to need to cut out 3 pieces out of your main fabric, and these need to be backed with a fusible medium weight interfacing. So you're going to need a larger piece which is 4 inches by 6 inches, and that is for your strap. Then you're going to need 2 pieces which are 3 by 4 inches, and then you're going to also need a vinyl piece which again is the same size, 3 by 4 inches. The first thing we're going to need to do is to take our vinyl piece and just fold the end over, the shorter end, the 3-inch end, and fold it over twice, like so, and then we're going to do a stitch all along that edge. So I've stitched along that top edge, and then we need to sandwich it in between the 2 smaller pieces. So we're going to have the seamed edge, the seam allowance facing the right side, so it's like wrong side to right side, and then we're going to put the other piece on top, and I'm just going to clip that all together. So I've stitched around that shape, and I've left an opening in the top. It doesn't really matter where you leave the opening, but you just want to leave a sizable opening so that you can turn it out. And as you may notice, I've just curved it slightly on those top 2 corners, which is where the top of the vinyl goes. And I'm now going to chop off those corners and the bottom corners as well. This just takes away some of the bulk when you turn it round. Then we're going to turn it out. A bit tricky with that vinyl, but it's just a case of a bit of wrestling and you get there. Now what I like to do when I'm turning it is I just use a pin, usually a glass-headed pin, just because they're a bit chunkier. And I'm just going to gently tease out that corner, making sure that I don't get the vinyl. I don't want to make a hole in the vinyl, so I'm working more on the cotton side of it. So I'm just going to give that a steam just to make sure that it lies nice and flat. We can't really press it, of course, because of the vinyl, and then we're going to move on to the strap. So moving on to the strap, I've just pressed this, so I've folded the piece in half and pressed along that edge, and then I've placed the next 2 bits inside, butting up to that fold, and then pressed the whole thing so that then you have the width of the strap that we need. Then we're going to open it up, fold it back against that fold, and I'm just going to stitch along the top of there, so from the middle to the next fold. So I've done that stitch, and then I'm going to chop that corner, and I'm just going to chop a little bit so that it goes in, kind of like that. Then when I fold it, that's going to sit under there a lot nicer. So we're going to fold it back to how we want it to be. Again, use my pin to tease that corner out gently so that we get a real nice right edge. And then we're going to fold those pieces under, try and get all the seam allowance all nice and flat underneath, like so. And then we're going to top stitch that all the way around. But we're going to start from the bottom edge, and we're going to go all the way up to the top, around and down. So now that I've top stitched all the way around the strap, I'm just going to place that into the opening that we made before, and then I'm going to pin it in place, and I'm going to top stitch all the way around the main bit of the luggage tag, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't catch that vinyl pocket, because obviously we want to leave that open. So I've finished that top stitching all the way around the edge, and I just want to tell you a bit about sewing the vinyl at this stage. It's really worth getting either a Teflon foot or for your machine, or a walking foot. Now I use a walking foot for nearly all my sewing. I think it's the best thing ever when you're sewing, and it's particularly useful for when you're sewing things like vinyl, leather, that kind of thing. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put our Kam Snap onto the tag. Now this is the set I have. I think I got it off from Amazon. I will put a link in the description below for all the materials that I've used, so that you can see if you want to use the same ones. And all we do is we get our 2 pieces, and I think I'm going to use a pink one. So we need to get our 2 spikes, and then we get our 2 backs, and it comes with a stiletto, so I'm going to make a hole, and I think I want it to go about there, so I'm going to make a hole through, and I'm just going to want to put our snap in there. And put the other side on, and then we're going to place our tool over the top, and there's a kind of squidgy softer side, and then there's a harder side, so you want to put the harder side over the kind of nice side of the Kam Snap, and then we're going to squeeze the whole thing together, and what that does is that kind of splays out that middle bit and just locks it into place. Then we're going to line up our other side, make a hole for the middle. Do the same again. Squeeze it really tight. And there we go. It's all done. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. There's another great tutorial which is coming up on your screen right now for a tote bag, which would go perfectly with this luggage tag, and together they'd make a great combo. Please do give the channel a big subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any future tutorials coming up. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay creative.